This is Jordan Grace, and you're listening to the Social Suplex Podcast Network.
BWB, this is One Nation Radio. You better get it right. Rich Latta, James Boyd came to give them life. The Blackest Wrestling Podcast has come to kick all ass and drop it 6 feet if they kicking trash. Word, let me welcome y'all to something different. And if you dig it, man, you should let some friends listen. We be getting it in, this on the regular dude. Ravish and flow, but this shit rude. See, James don't rap, so I had to break it down. The whole network, man, we coming for the crown. Raps in the columns, I keep them both covered. Making the beats too, so the listeners can bump it. Hit us with the rating, yeah, I'm saying it's a 5. Before you hit it, talk, bob your head side to side. It's One Nation Radio, and this is the beginning. It's Rich, and I'm here with James. It's time to listen to One Nation.
We got to unleash the power of the pyramid.
This is Mike Sempervive from WrestlingObserver.com. Check me out on Wrestling Observer Live every day. And also check out your boys, Rich and James, on One Nation Radio.
Hi, this is Kenny Omega. We're listening to One Nation Radio. Check it out, guys. These guys know what's up. Big Kenny Omega fans, and that's all that counts to me. Goodbye and good night. Bang.
Hey, folks. Welcome to this week's edition of One Nation Radio. I'm James Gordon. Here we are. Rich Latta. What's going on, man?
Not much, man. Just here another week, and man, a lot of funny things breaking to give us topics. Something shot right to the top of the board earlier today, but you know, we'll get into it in just a minute. But what's up with you, man?
Not too much. Dealing with some back pain that just won't go away, but I'll get that figured out eventually. Eventually, I'll just say, you know what? I'm tired of tinkering around trying to figure out how to fix it. If it's my lat or if it's my QL or if it's like a oblique, I'm just gonna be like, you know what? Forget that. I'm tired of doing this. I'm gonna pay to have somebody fix it. Eventually, I'm gonna get to that point because that was going on with me last year or 2 years ago. My shoulder. I was like, all right, I can't figure this out. I'm just gonna have someone fix it, and then they did, and I felt like really dumb because all it took was 2 visits and I was good. So eventually he's going to get to that point where he's like, you know what? Tired of being dumb, stubborn man that knows better and just go ahead and get it done. So that's going to happen eventually.
You know, Unk Nation Radio strikes again.
Unk Nation Radio. I have a bad back. Okay, fair enough. Speaking
of that, my niece had texted me earlier today, and she asked me if I was a fan of Gunna. And then I think he has a concert here in December that she may be trying to go to. I was like, I don't really know a lot of his songs, but the ones I do know I like, right, or whatever.
But you're not willing to go check, right? Like he had an album, like a month ago, 2 months ago?
He's got a bunch of shit.
Oh, yeah,
right?
He does. He's got a bunch
of shit, but I'm like, yo,
checking for or music that I'm be like, yeah, I want to go sit there while he does what he does. So you got to keep in mind, like these tickets prices to shows are very expensive, and most of these rap shows stink.
And
comparatively speaking,
is in the State Farm Arena. Okay. So that's looking like a pretty probably expensive proposition. I think I saw the cheapest get-in price was $144.
He only doing one date?
Yep, December 7th.
I figured he's popular enough that I figured he'd be like, yeah, I'm making a whole weekend there. But okay.
I'm saying I can get 2 tickets for $165 each. Yeah, I think you can get a nosebleeds for like $111 or whatever on TickPick.
Up there with the gods.
Yep, you'd be up there with Sting.
Bro,
you know,
I remember. This is not the shade Imp, but Imp took that picture of Wembley and he said in his caption he up there with the gods. I never heard that expression. I fucking died.
Oh man,
shout out to Imp.
Yep. But yeah, she hit me up, so I don't know if that's gonna be a thing I'm gonna end up doing. But if so, I'll let you know and let you know how old I feel. It's a Gunna concert.
Look, man. The only time you're gonna feel old is when he's playing the songs you don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Because like, I think I was listening to Gunna like probably like when he was first coming out, maybe like in 2018.
Before that.
All that shit, like
okay.
We had like he had a song, some like Rich and Millie Watch or some shit like that. It was like maybe his second album or something like that. But then like I guess he blew up another level, and like that stuff is what really is the stuff I was kind of unfamiliar with, but I know a lot of his earlier stuff.
I haven't talked to Alex about it because basically, at this point, pretty much all things Atlanta rap, I kind of asked, hey, what's going on? Like he basically broke down that whole 3-hour podcast. My cousin Alex, he broke down that 3-hour podcast of Young Thug to me in like maybe like an hour or 45 minutes. I was like, okay, because I'm finna watch that whole thing. I don't like. I like Thug as far as his talent, but I'm not playing. Look, I did not play that last album.
you ain't calling your ops,
hard R's. Not that. No, that's never crossed my mind. Oh man, but yeah, like it's just for me with Gunna is just like I think maybe the fashion thing is what helped blow him up. Obviously, like, and also when he the fitness thing and also the fashion kind of took him to another level. I think maybe. Yeah. So, but I'm not for sure. But I'd probably ask Alex. He probably had more intel on than you because he's always following these trends on like why people blow up the way they do. I don't really be paying attention because I'd like I'd be listening to like 90s R&B. so I don't really
Baby, please.
Yeah, they're begging.
Oh man. Who do you think is the preeminent beggar?
Speaking of begging. I listened to Boys and Men on Bended Knee. I slowed it down and played it. Oh my god! Well, Wanye at the end of that going snapping. I'm down on my knees, begging you, please come home. Oh my god! We need begging back in R&B. We need desperation. We need people to put their pride, their ego to the side. We need people to come out here and tell people what they want and give and be vulnerable. Not vulnerable in a oh my god, the 20th person that I'm dating, date someone else. I don't need that Drake vulnerability. That's fake vulnerability. I mean real vulnerability. Like the person I love, we are in turmoil, and my life is a mess without you. I need that. We need that back.
So who is the preeminent beggar, you would say?
All time?
Of all time. It's gotta be like Keith Sweat, right? Or
I would probably say, I mean, if we're talking about his solo acts,
Jodeci is up there.
Look, if we're doing groups, and I'm going with
I will cry for you.
If we're doing groups, I'm going to bet Boys to Men.
Baby, I will cry for you.
Yep, that's one.
You seen that? Like that video is crazy. These niggas are like in the desert.
They're in the desert. They're in begging. Like are the overalls leather? I
think so.
And they're in the sand on their knees. Yes. Cry for You is absolutely is all time begging song. I would just say like,
baby, I'm begging.
They don't get no more. That is the bridge. Yes. They're absolutely up there for that. I would just say that I think Boys and Men got like 5 begging ass songs that are like they all went like platinum. So that but yeah, man, like End of the Road is a begging ass song. I'll Make Love to You is a begging ass song in a different way.
I'll do exactly what you want.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
I'm
doing just fine. Is like, I was down and hurting, but now I'm survived without you now. I know I can survive now that I've made it through the darkness of not being with you no more. That's one for sure. Yeah, Color of Love, like, I didn't know love was like this if not for you.
I see a Spotify playlist called Begging Ass R&B. That's funny.
Hey, send that my way. Look, copy link sent to James.
Cry for You, number 3 on this shit.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be on there. It's definitely gonna be in there. Look, I better see.
Don't go, Boys and Men. Please don't go.
I better see what's called on there. That Blackstreet, Don't Leave. That better be on there.
Pretty sure it is. Oh, In Vogue, Don't Go is on there.
Oh yeah. Women begging hits different.
Yeah, I think I actually like that a little bit more for some reason. I don't know why, but what else we got? Mary J. Blige, I Never Want to Live Without You.
Yeah.
Faith Evans, Soon As I Get Home. Ooh, baby. Sade, Is It a Crime? Man, Stay With Me, DeBarge. That's a little earlier, but that's a good one. We Belong Together is some begging in its own way.
Yes, not flat out saying it, but yes.
Drew Hill. I'm sure they got some quality begging in the catalog.
Well, I mean, they exist because of Jodeci, so yes.
Yep. Alicia Keys, If I Ain't Got You, that's a good one.
Yes,
it is. She was probably singing to a married man at that time, but that's okay.
Here's one that's not exactly begging, but is a begging song. Crazy in Love, Jay-Z and Beyonce. Or Beyonce and Jay-Z. At least the Beyonce part.
Mary J. Blige.
She had the outsider character because of this nigga.
Mary J. Blige, Share My World. Case, Missing You. Lenny Williams, Because I Love You. I think you don't get no more. That's a good one. I'm standing out. Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna do the Lenny Williams rant?
Yes. He's a stalker. And I'll go through it. The whole song he's singing about the heartbreak of not being with a woman, only to find out at the very end that he is talking about the person that he loves, actually the new woman, and he's talking throughout the whole song about the woman that he used to park outside of her house because she wouldn't pick up his phone calls no more. But now it's all okay because now I'm with you because I love you. That is put his ass in jail. That is restraining order behavior. We're gonna talk about some other problematic behavior that should be dealt with the authorities when we get to that main event of Dynamite. But yeah,
man.
Bleeding Williams is. This man said, "I feel like I was gonna curl up in a big old ball and die." This man was in a fetal position and end it all. And just let it, actually not end it all, but like let it just play out.
That is great.
Yeah, You Belong to Me, Taylor Swift. That is a begging song, but we don't really. That's not begging R&B, but that's
that's some begging for sure.
Yeah. Oh, another begging Taylor Swift song. Everything Has Changed with Ed Sheeran. The whole song is I met you. I just met you somewhere, and everything has changed.
Mario, You Should Let Me Love You.
Please, yep, James Brown, please, yep.
Yeah. Man.
I mean,
already begging.
Look, Stevie Wonder, All I Do, that nigga is sick on that song.
That TLC, baby.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah.
Look, that real music. That's real music we talking about, Rich.
Oh man. So let's talk about it, man.
What is the rap version? What's the rap version of Heartbroke? What song? Cry? I ain't gonna lie.
Oh my god, that is.
I was fucking a girl. You can't get a nigga back like that. Like that ain't real. That is fake. That is not no real emotion. No, get out of here. Get out of here.
That Jay-Z vulnerability sometimes it be like, I don't know, man. Like you kind of wasn't shit.
No. I'm not saying. Look, for rap, sure, but for real, look, for all the black music, absolutely not. Get out of here. Go that way.
That's funny.
You ain't really giving us nothing.
Man, look, you gonna have a lot of Drake like Find My Love type shit.
That's a different time. At that particular time, I actually believed in good faith that Drake was trying to find somebody. You know what I'm saying? And then it was like, then it turned into, nah. It was that, he has a different level of status and more access to people, and now he's finna run up the numbers. And everything since then, it just comes off as fake. That first album, I find to be sincere, actually. I honestly do.
Yeah. Since we're talking about Drake, we should go into the first topic. So last year, look. Before we get to the lawsuit, someone just brought up Marvin's Room. Is that MP? Oh my god. OG Jimmy P brought up Marvin's Room.
Look, man.
Boy.
It's such a begging song that it's shameless.
It's like that you can do better shit is like dirty macking with like
I don't have a problem with you can do better. I have a problem with before that. I'm just saying you can do better. Nigga. It's so like, it's like, you know, it's so passive aggressive. It's like, you know, it's not like, hey man, leave that nigga be with me. I want you. It's nah. You know, I'm just saying, you know, you could do if you want to. You know, why not?
They're
like,
trying to be persuasive.
No pressure. I'm just saying things. I'm not trying to persuade you, but I'm just talking, right? I'm thinking out loud. Bullshit.
Fuck it. Let's do the Marvin Gaye lyric or the Marvin's Room lyric breakdown because when I read y'all this shit, tell me if this is honorable. Like, tell me if this is like cups of the rose, bitches in my old phone. I should call one and go home. I've been in this club too long. The woman that I would try is happy with a good guy, but I've been drinking so much, I'm gonna call her anyway and say, I know I'm drunk. I'm going to call her anyway, even though I know she's, you know, with a partner.
Yeah.
Then fuck that nigga that you love so bad. I know you still think about these times we had. I say fuck that nigga because you think you found. And since you picked up, I know he's not around. Like, I got you, bitch. That's what he said.
Disgusting.
I'm just saying that you could do better. Tell me, have you heard that lately? I'm just saying, like, it's not just me saying it. That's what Drake is saying.
Right.
I'm just saying you can be better, and I'll start hating only if you make me. That is it. That is just no. There is no honor in this.
Bro, I remember the first album. I was happy with it. I had disappointments with as far as like it wasn't a classic, right? So I was like, okay, all you know, the mixtape, the hype, the features, all that stuff. Like he had all the hype. Like I was expecting, you know, Doggy Style. I was expecting Good Richard Die Trying. It wasn't that, but I did like the album. I think I liked it a lot more than you at the time, right? So then the second then Take Care comes out, and then I heard Marvin's, I was like, nah, this ain't for me. Like, I you know, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good music on that album, right? But I was like, nah, this not for me. And then, I think by the time Nothing Was the Same came out, I was like, okay, he's not. I'm never going to like his a whole entire piece of work from him. I'm just going to like his singles and a couple hot records here and there. And I remember I was talking to Julian about this because it's around burn time when Nothing Was Saying came out. And I was like, nah, man. The stuff he says on these records is stuff where it's like, if I had a homeboy, I would distance myself from him. And
I remember when I heard Practice, I was like, no. No. Like, it's I could tell that you've been practicing. Oh my god!
Like,
absolutely not.
Do you remember when Taylor Swift did this stripped down acoustic guitar, low energy cover of Earth, Wind and Fire, September?
I heard it on TikTok today, James.
Oh wow. But it's like the reason why people love that song is how it makes them feel. It ain't about the lyrics, it's how it makes them feel hearing that once in a lifetime, like put together, like accompaniment of music all put together, and it feels so good to hear, right? No one knows or cares about the lyrics of that song, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what she decides to do is she takes the essence of it and says, put that to the side. I'm going to me and my guitar, we're going to turn it into White Girl October, and we're going to put pumpkin spice on this thing. And it's like, this is for, if you like September, wait till you can get cozied up in the fall with the brown leaves and the orange leaves. It's like, no, get the fuck out of here. What he did to Practicing, what he did to that, the way he flipped Juvenile back that ass up to make that in drown it out in low pass filters and all that shit. That's the same thing. It's like you don't understand why this song worked or why this sample is important. You know, is the thing you want it to be, or a reason why people care about it. So when you flip that and use it, it's like people gonna be like, wait, isn't that? But why this? Why are you
right? You could have did that to anything.
Why would you take the energy out of something energetic? Like when people sample like songs that aren't somber songs and put energy to it, those work better than the other way around. Like,
I would say probably the only exception is when like people started sampling like Shorty Swing My Way, and then like they turned it into something else. Like I think that worked.
I mean, people do that kind of stuff, but ultimately, like, it's never just like bare bones, a guitar, bare bones, and it's just like there's no drums.
Right.
Where are the drums, my nigga? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
But like, for example, like Hey Ya, the reason why that works, like somber lyrics, energetic beat, like the what do you call it? It's just cognitive dissonance. Like, it's interesting to hear where it's like, wow, this happy song, and you listen to it, it's like, oh, well, they're talking about divorce. That's crazy. Like, that's the reason why that worked for so many people. Like, I don't get the other way around.
So yeah.
No, get out of here.
Girl, you working with some action. Like, it's supposed to be, you working with some action. Like that's what it's supposed to be.
But my thing is, right, who goes to the strip club for some slow dancing?
It sounds like somebody on pills. That's what it sounds like. Or lean.
Sure. But whatever, man, he changed the culture. Clubs ain't like they used to be. Not saying that's a good thing or bad thing or whatever, but like, he definitely changed the culture. It just is.
He tried to change the culture again by suing in a rap battle, which today was thrown out of federal court. His lawsuit against UMG and Kendrick Lamar has been dismissed. The allegedly defamatory statements are non-actionable opinion. In other words, Drake can't sue for defamation over the song lyrics. He cannot sue UMG. He knew, like Drake basically tried to claim that Kendrick's lyrics and images in the music video referring to him as a pedophile were false and dangerous. UMG promoted the track. The judge says even accusations of criminal behavior are not actionable if understood in context. They are opinion rather than fact. Translation: the fact that allegations are part of the diss track and not a news report means the average person would not interpret it as a fact. Therefore, Drake can't sue. The judge also says the average listener is not under the impression a diss track is a product of a thoughtful or disinterested investigation. The court also noted that Kendrick's pedophile line was a direct callback to Drake's lyrics in his previous diss track, Tailor Made Freestyle. A spokesperson for UMG tells TMZ from the outset this suit was an affront to all artists and their creative expression and never should have seen the light of day. We're pleased with the court's dismissal and look forward to continuing our work, successfully promoting Drake's music and investing in his music career, aka get back to work, nigga. Sweatshop. You got albums to release. You have a budget to start recouping, nigga. Get out there, Toby.
It ain't even about the album. It's the get your ass back out on the road and do these shows for Live Nation. That's what that's it's like. We don't care. Like, at this point, when someone as big as him is like, look, man, we pay you all this money for you to keep pumping out albums. Why? So that you can get one hit record or two hit records off one album, and you go back out there and you do your rendition of hit records that you got for 2 hours or 3 hours long, whatever else, for a show that we can charge people $1,000 for a 200 section ticket.
I think the only thing that's sorrier than the thought of the lawsuit itself were the people that were trying to justify it and go up for it, saying, "Yeah, this makes sense. This makes sense." Yeah. Like, we should get down with this. We should allow this to stand up and happen, and basically get an entire form of art thrown out and make sure nobody makes any more diss songs again. Like, just because of this nigga, he's not bigger than the program. Like, hell no, man. Like get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, not only does he have to live this down now, right? It could have just been the court of public opinion that Kendrick Lamar beat you, and that's it. The court of public opinion will hold that. But now it's not only the court of public opinion, it's the fucking federal court that has ruled this. This shit is on the books. Like, people are gonna be able to pull this case up. This is what the fucking United States government, like, it's got a fucking number assigned to it, and for the rest of time we'll be able to reference this shit and be like, this is what this asshole tried to do. And it wasn't enough for him to get bent over the knee. It wasn't enough for Euphoria. It wasn't enough for Meet the Grams. It wasn't enough for Not Like Us. He had to have his own record label be like, no. Defend themselves against you, and then a judge, a person who knows what judge this was and what their interpretation of hip hop is, they clearly saw this for what it was. This was disgusting and embarrassing. And like, if I was a Drake fan, I would just be like, what do you do now? Like, you just like continue to live in this alternate reality and act like these, you know, these movie trailers are moving the needle that he's putting out. Do you just try to move on and pretend it ain't happened? Because look, there was a blueprint for how to handle a defeat. There was a blueprint, no pun intended, on how to handle that. Keep making hot records. Get your song in where you be like, all right, this is, you know, how it went. You know how Jay-Z did with the blueprint too. Be like, you know, it's a valuable lesson learned, so it evens it up for me. But when the grass is cut, the snakes will show. Like, you know, you just keep doing your thing. You put that out, and then you move forward. But Drake camp and the Drake stands have decided they wanted to be Trumpian. That's all this was. They tried to do January 6th over a rap battle. This courtroom, this fucking lawsuit was their version of January 6th. Trying to storm the Capitol, literally, and overrule some shit that was been decided. No, nigga. Like, the nigga ran it up to the Super Bowl on you. Get the fuck out of here, man.
So, and they still haven't stopped, because the other day I saw someone talk about, you know, this has been this thing about the unhappiness of what rap is now that, like, the women kind of dominated as far as, like, the hot records. They're like, you know, where are the posse tracks, whatever else? And then people were like, oh, we had this one guy, but, you know, everyone started hating on him. It was like, no. They didn't start hating on him. They hate him because of things he's done behind the scenes, and that got brought to light over the last 2 years, and that's why his head's on the top of a spike right now. Yeah, man. Like, for me, you said this. You said this thing about like Drake fans. I would like to separate this out, right? I would like to go more granular on this. Drake's made too many records, too many hit records and hot records and all-time great songs for us not to be like, to an extent, we're all Drake fans, but we're talking about the Drake sickos and stans, to be more specific. Like, the people that are online and doing, and like, as he got his ass beat from pillar to post, from hither
like
to yon, from here to there, from near to far, from the heights of, from the penthouse to the basement. Like, they denied this at every turn because, you know, they have these weird parasocial relationships with this dude that doesn't even think about them at all, right? And, like, I just, like, the saddest thing is, like, it's one thing for Drake to come out and look like a loser and all this stuff, right? And not be able to handle the fact he took another L or whatever else. And it happens. Like, people take rap battles, as you mentioned with the Jay-Z thing. Like, you just move on. There's a winner and a loser, and your career's not over if, you know, unless you're Ja Rule, and you just move on and keep making good music, right? But it's one thing to handle it this way. It's another thing to be like a super fan of that guy. And
they feel like they lost too, James.
What I'm saying is, like, what's worse? Drake handling this way with all his millions of dollars, or you online
fighting that war
for free.
With that owl in your profile,
the OVO
on your
niggas,
name, yeah,
right?
With the OVO in the front of your name.
Like, bro, think of like the reputation or the credibility that was lost on some of these, like, you know, well-known rap podcasts over this. Going to back, look, bro, OVO Mall will never die.
You gotta wear that
forever. Rory Cunett, you know, doing his little side piece thing, saying like, yeah, you know, this lawsuit makes sense because they cut a discount to get that record spun or whatever else, and it's like, actually, nah, not at all.
Actually,
and you're the one actually, like, is far more, you know, reserved and like actually still has a shred of credibility left when it came through all this stuff, right? Maul on the deep end, man. You doing this podcast with him and that clown paint rubbing off on him.
Look, there's another in the bad week of that entire camp. We saw Nicki Minaj last week, and
look, man. I never checked in on it, but I just saw some of the highlights, and it looked like she lost from my perspective from the tweets I saw. They got to me, but I saw it and heard that it went on for like multiple days, and I was like, "What is going on? Why?"
Yeah, man.
Y'all got that much time in y'all hands? Like, aren't y'all super famous and busy motherfuckers?
Calm down. But yeah, the Drake thing with just not being able to accept this rap battle defeat, and everything, as you mentioned, like there's entire industries of people that have made it their thing to talk about why Drake has not lost. Entire YouTube platforms, and just finding a way to carry the water rather than just be like, you know what? Yeah, he did lose. Like, you could have easily just like looked outside and saw which way the wind was blowing. But they didn't want to do that. I guess they doubled and tripled down and found it like more beneficial. While Drake has released an entire project since then, it has another one.
He's been releasing stuff. That's the thing that's been weird. That's the thing that's been so weird about this whole thing. And people talk about like, yeah, we need Drake to come back and do X, Y, and Z. He's been here. He never left.
Where did he go?
Right. And that was the main thing before this even happened was like, bro, he needs to go away. He needs to go away for a certain amount of time and come back and let people miss him. He keeps dropping his music no one cares about, regardless, with different varying degrees of success or whatever else. Like, whatever. Like, you don't like Nokia, but like I heard it. Second I heard it, I was like, oh, that's going to go. It went and is here and like it has no lasting impact. It's not going to be something that he plays 5 years from now. On when he does these tours, and that's not like whatever. It is what it is, but it's like this dude has been around. People keep talking as if like he's been.
Everything will die without him. They keep talking like everything will die without him. It will not. Rap will go on. Like, and I think people are scared about the state of the game or whatever and whatever. But it's like. If it's meant to go down, then it's meant to go down. It's meant to turn into something else.
I also have a better question for the way they talk about it is like, why do you give a fuck what major record labels are doing with rap music? And how much money these companies recruit off of ripping off these artists anyway? Why do you care?
Yeah, like if rap has to get smaller to basically survive, so be it. Like if it has to go like more towards independent artists and like more regionality and basically break all the way to fuck back up again or whatever. I grew up, in the mid 90s and the early 2000s with it like that. Like I liked that shit. So like, but a lot of these people were probably too young to have a memory like that.
There's some of that. I mean, and look, keep in mind when we do this, right? We talk about that with WCW and like watching, cruiserweights or whatever else when like AEW was around. I was like, bro, I don't give a fuck how big or tall a wrestler is. Are you good or not? Can you have a good match or not? And other people have, they just, actually I was thinking about this. I remember when, earlier today, the dude, there was some dude in the old Facebook group chat that was arguing that like Ezekiel should be beating Finn Balor because he's big and Finn Balor is not.
Yeah, I recall that.
Yeah.
That
flash forward, almost a decade. Somebody's still gainfully employed. The other one's been fired or let go years ago. Had to change his name, had to do this gimmick where he was playing someone that he's playing his brother or cousin or whatever the fuck. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know, man. Like, and I guess, they're so married to the idea of Drake. Drake has been this overlording figure of rap, and it almost was like, it's never supposed to last this long for somebody, and he kind of broke the mold in that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think this is a side effect, like the way these people are acting is like because they know they have no memory, and these are casual music listeners at best or whatever. It's not like they tried to dedicate a portion of their lives to like pursuing a craft or anything, or listen to the music and on a different level or analyzing it on a different level. They're not doing that. They just look up, and every summer Drake has a new song or whatever, and then it's like, what do we do without Drake? I was like, well, you more motherfuckers come along, like you find some new shit to listen to, right?
Yeah, I mean that is a part of the. I mean, it is a part of what's going on with, we don't have to critically think. We're being made to not critically think as much or about stuff anymore, or a lot less, the computer's doing it for you.
Look, type it in Chat GPT then. Who are some new musicians? Right. Ask Gronk who you should be listening to then.
So, the thing that's also interesting to me is like, I didn't hear too much of this, right? Is like, when GNX came out, like the reason why that first track, Whack Down Merles was important was because like people want to hear what he had to say post the beef, post the whole battle or whatever else. Like, and I thought he did that expertly in that track. And for the most part, the rest of GNX is just him doing whatever he wanted to. I guess you would say like TV was a direct nod to that, but like it's not. But it's in passing, right? Like, turn this nigga TV on because I'm going to Super Bowl to play the song, right?
It's like, what you know about that?
Yeah. It's like, say you want to squash me, you still talking shit for it. Like, it's in passing. It's a victory lap is what TV off is. But the one thing for me is like, Drake has a chance to have people actually care what he has to say as far as like, he has something interesting going around him or whatever else he could talk about on tracks. But we talked about this off air a week or two ago. It's like, you go through his discography, it's like he's not really much of a storyteller in a like a complete direct narrative, whatever. It's like the good, not to do the Kendrick comparison, but like you go through like album like Good Kid, Mad City, or you go through Lupe Fiasco, Food and Liquor. It's like these are a lot of songs that are actually Lupe's first two albums. It's a lot of songs that are like story or structured in a story. There's a narrative and a plot, and it gets solved throughout that one song, right? A bunch of Biggie first albums. Somebody's Got to Die. I Got a Story to Tell. Like Warning, all that, right? Brenda's Got a Baby, Tupac. There's a bunch of those. Drake's never really done that. I was thinking to myself like, that's interesting. And not to say that he can't. It's just he's never done that. And it's interesting that like that's one of those things that just happens with rappers where you're like, I got a song where I got a story, some, nonfiction thing or whatever, something I want to throw in that's a allegory to something. It never happened with him or in any particular real way. Not saying he can't tell a story. There's plenty of songs to tell stories. Like when on Resistance where he talked about how the girl set up to get robbed. Like that's a story. That's a true story apparently, right? But it's not like it's not the whole song. So, like, it's interesting that, like, he never thought of, I'm in this particular moment and people want to hear what my headspace is on this. Like, Jay-Z at least did that with, as you mentioned, Blueprint 2, that song. Yeah. Right? People want to hear
I guess his whole thing is like
the, what do you call it? The prologue on it. He's never.
I guess his that What Did I Miss song is like, what did I miss? But he's basically no selling through that. It's like, no, bro, it's not realistic. It's like because you're selling because you're suing. So like, what are you talking about? What did I miss? You missed the lawsuit that you filed. Like that's.
I would say you that is a good point. What did I miss? However, play that with any other song that Drake has about fake enemies and fake friends over the last 15 years. It's not out of it. Like if you had played that in 2020 or 2021 as opposed to 2025, it'd be no different. It's like every other Drake song.
It could have been on if you
talking in.
It could have been on If You Reading This Is Too Late.
Right. Like, so while you are right, it's not what do you call it? It's not pinpoint. It's not specific. Like you can put it on a Drake playlist of 12 songs talking about fake enemies.
Hey, give me a hug shit, like twerking with the dictionary and all that shit. It was just him, anti-intellectualism.
Speaking of it's anti-intellectual. Also, it's a buddy. He called you a pedophile, and then what you said was, what will you do if someone else got to torture me? You have girls up on stage 29 twerking with a dictionary, sir. I turned 38 this year, which means Drake is 38 or 39. He turns 39 in October's very own. So he turns 39 this month.
Yeah.
Because he's a year older than me. So what you're saying is, you at 28 or 38, 39, you're on stage at these shows performing for people or whatever else, but the stripper can't be 29 and twerking. Why is that, Drake? You see what I'm saying? Like, he's kiddie pool. You heard me say this before. He's just so superficial. He gives you nothing. Except everything that he says is exactly what he's thinking. There's no depth to it. There's no real depth to it. And there's nothing wrong with that. I could give you a triple diss. I can give you a triple.
There's nothing wrong with this, but this is not somebody that we should have let run rap for 15 years. This shit was wrong.
I wouldn't even say that. He's not somebody that me and you thought the same thing. He's not somebody that you put into the ring with Kendrick Lamar. You think, oh, this is gonna go well for him.
Yeah, the nigga was literally turning.
You were both like, yo, Rick, this is a fight you don't take, and then he took it, and it's like, okay, buddy. And then,
look, there's honor in taking the fight,
yes,
but there's also honor in losing the fight as well.
Yes.
And it's like, if you can take the fight, you should be able to lose the fight.
Right. And I also give him this. Like I've always said, Family Matters is better than I ever thought he would have done on a diss record. It's one of the greatest diss records of all time. It's so great that I don't think I've ever heard a diss record from somebody that everyone just said, you lost this fight. You lost this battle. It's the best one I've ever heard.
Because it's like, look, that's why it's unbelievable. You know what it's almost like? It's like, nigga, it's like Charles Barkley, right? Like, yo, nigga, I scored 41 points. I scored 41 points, but this nigga Jordan had 50. Like, I just lost. Yes. Like you lost. Like, yes, nigga, you did your all-time best or whatever. You did better. This would have beaten anybody else. Yep. Except that other nigga was on the other side.
Yep.
And that's how the ball bounced.
And you know what? Going back to it, I think that's the reason why he did this lawsuit. Imagine you make that record.
Bro,
imagine you go back. Imagine you make that record. Imagine you go
video.
back, add that third verse with that third beat from Boy Wonder, and then all of a sudden it's batted away within an hour.
20 minutes. It's so devastating, and it's like allow yourself to be devastated. And he was like, he just didn't know how to be devastated from it. It had to be bots. It had to be all this other shit. Yeah. But it was like, no, man, it was rap, and like. It was an all-time rap battle, and you lost.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You know, like
I get it. It's one of those things where I get why he went this route, but I get why he needed to go this route. But you never go the route of, let's get lawyers involved.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you want to tell the teacher after y'all was around the corner or whatever, and y'all duked it out, and he beat you.
Yep.
And then you want to go back inside and tell. That's what he did. And and then them losers want to be like, yeah, you should tell. This wasn't right. Oh man, like this was part of the game. Like, but unfortunately, this guy where he comes from, he doesn't adhere to the rules of the game. You know, so.
Look, I don't even care about the rules of the game or whatever else. Like, look, man, he a middle class dude. I'm a middle class dude, right? Street culture is something that I am familiar with, but with friends.
Also, I'm not even talking about the streets.
But what I'm saying is, like, look, man, how are you going in a war of words with somebody? They outworded you, and then your response is, you know what? My feelings are hurt. I'm suing. That's just. It's different, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure that's what you meant, but I just wanted to put in further detail of how ridiculous this whole thing has been over the last 2 years. And it's like, it got to this point where nobody's shooting at each other. This isn't Game and 50 Cent. This isn't Biggie and Tupac. None of that. And you end up in court. Spending a whole bunch of money on billable hours that meant that it's only going to embarrass you further and further and further over the last year.
The only other person that I've ever heard about suing possibly over diss tracks and rap, and he wasn't even a rapper, and you know where I'm going. Jerry Heller. Yeah. Like that's what this is, man.
I don't want to make a connection there. I'm not making that connection there. I'm leaving that alone. I'm not touching that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Look, nope. Hey, hold on. Look, for those that are on video, I am going to reenact a GIF. I'm not going to say who it is.
God damn it. Oh, my God.
So, yeah, man. So,
I quite frankly think that they're both being a part of Pastrami Posse is just purely coincidence. I'm not going no further than that. I'm leaving it alone. That's the funniest thing about this whole thing over the last year. Like, Rick Ross able to get that off and no one checked him for that. I still can't believe that was slid.
That's just an incredible, circumstance there. But, Cash Money versus No Limit, they are doing a Verzuz battle, but they're doing it in Las Vegas. And then I thought about it for a few seconds. I'm like, well, they can't do it in New Orleans because like somebody would get shot out there. Like it would be like somebody would like it would just be too much. Like, if you did in New Orleans, you got to do it at the Superdome, right?
You probably do it at the Pelicans or the Pelicans play. I think it's
or the Pelicans, yeah.
Yeah.
So like when I see this Cash Money versus No Limit battle, right? This thing looks like it's being built around Birdman and Master P. Like I don't think we get none of the second wave Cash Money kind of stuff. For me, I
don't want to see a motherfucker in Young Money unless it's Lil Wayne. Everybody, look, Drake, Nicki Minaj, Tyga, Currency, Nat Main.
Y'all not a part of this.
Look, put them niggas in a playpen and put them niggas behind bars and close the door. Like, I don't mean to say it like that, but like, nah, leave them at home. This isn't what this was about. Them niggas ain't even from Louisiana. Keep them the fuck away.
Like when I think of like, of No Limit versus Cash Money, I think of like Master P, Mystical, Silk, C Murder,
Mia X, Magic,
X, Mr. Magic, shit like that.
I don't even want to see Romeo. I don't even want to see Romeo.
Oh no. Look, I think the last person we might be able to pull up is like Chopper with Chopper style. That's as far as I'm willing to go with
I agree.
With No Limit. We cutting it right there.
Yeah. Like
you remember, like 12 years ago, Master P dropped that Al Capone mixtape and it was hard.
I heard. Yeah, you told me that. I heard one song. I was like, this song's actually good. What?
I played it,
but I didn't go checking for it though. I was like, wait, the one song actually is good. That's kind of I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. But man, so like, all right, man. So like,
but hold on, real quick before we move on. Like when I say like the Young Money people, like bro, they are far less connected to this than people than people that are from Louisiana that aren't even from New Orleans. Like I'd rather see Gates and Boozy and Webby up there than them niggas. It ain't got nothing to do with the shit. Get them the fuck out of here. I better not see no Caribbean New Yorker. I better not see no Canadian. No, get them out. Keep them out.
Oh, so I'm talking straight big timers. BG, Juvie, Manny Fresh,
Turk,
the Birdman, Daddy.
Yeah.
Like
hot boys and big timers. That's all we need.
If you are Master P, you got to call in Snoop, right?
Yeah.
You got to have him do down for my niggas, right?
Oh yeah,
like,
absolutely.
It ain't like C Murder can do it.
Oh man, here you go. Sure. Yes. I didn't even think about that, but sure. Yes.
Yeah. Like so, like I I've been like looking at people talking about this, and like it seems pretty handily. I think everybody thinks Cash Money is gonna like get them the fuck out of here.
Yes, because they're the better collection of rappers. They're better collection of rappers, and also their songs, like they just because of Wayne, like their legacy. Even before then, like Juvenile and Wayne's legacy lasts longer than any other like guys. Like, because honestly, the only person that we take as a credible real rapper out of Cash Money, like at this, 20 years from, or actually 25 years later, is Mystical. In Mystical,
you mean No Limit?
Yeah, yes. Out of No Limit is Mystical, and like, hey, Mystical was in prison for some things that make people want to be like, when they're gonna be like, hey, why is he up on stage?
Yeah.
You can't do it without him, but it's one of the things people want, people people are going to ask that question, and it's well within the right to ask that question.
Like, I listened to, what's the damn song? Make 'em Say,
Yep.
And brother, that Silk the Shocker verse, man, what the fuck was that nigga talking about, dog? Like, bro, Silk the Shocker sucked so bad, bro. He fucking sucked, bro.
Right. So, and
like,
I tweeted this, or not tweeted. I was texting with I'm in a thread thing with on text with like Julian and Alex and Kirby and Diaz, right? And I ended up messaging them about once you send it to me, and I was like, let me scroll through. All right, I'm at it. I was like, hey man, so like full strength no limit. Full strength no limit. It was never being Cash Money in a 20v20 anyway. Like, because they were talking about how certain people were going to be missing. And I was like, so framing it as anything other than a celebration would be calling it a slaughter. That's how I feel. I'm not on the ground. And I was like, who is the best, like, No Limit, non-Mystical, non-Snoop rapper? Is it Magic? It might be Magic.
No, right? it's the one nigga, light skinned dude. What the fuck is his name? Oh, he's on the one fucking song. Make 'em Say he's on that song with them.
I'd have to go back.
Fiend.
Oh yeah, Fiend's good. Yep. Fiend's better than Magic. Yep, you're right. Okay. So then
but like, you're not gonna bring Fiend out on the stage and expect him to get a point.
No,
like,
you're not. So then Diaz said, he said, man, Silk and Romeo gonna have to do their best, LOL, right? And I was like, man, I said, go back and listen to Silk the Shocker's verse on Ain't My Fault. I said, the nigga ran out of bars at the end and just decided to yell like he dunked on somebody instead. Like, nah, man. That nigga, he said, look, man, this is gonna be, look, Mystical gonna give you the first verse. This is gonna be on your album charts of the game. We're gonna give you this all-time, like, playable rap beat. It can play on anything. Like, I remember when it was like back in the day when Daria, they used to play like the instrumentals, like on the in and out of it. They used to play It Ain't My Fault or a bunch of Cash Money. I'd be like, yo, that's just a timeless beat. Like, it's gonna sound great forever, right? I listened to it, I want to say about a year ago. It Ain't My Fault, and I was like, yeah, man, this is just a classic rap song, right? And that nigga came out there for his 16 and gave me 14 bars and just fucking, I was like, all right, man, all right. And that's one of his best verses.
Would they be better off like being like, all right, Master P, and I'm just gonna bring Beats by the Pound out here, and then we're gonna see Birdman and DJ Manny Fresh, and then that's just what and they play the songs like that, because it's like you start bringing these niggas out to do the songs, it's a lot of people who knows what they're gonna be performing like. What is BG up to right now? I know he's free recently,
yeah,
but
he's like him in was it Louisiana? They like BG is like back like hanging around Birdman again, which bums me the fuck out, but whatever. The thing for me is if he formatted it that way, I'm gonna be like, hey man, I know there are people that will want to see Master P because, like, for a lot of people, they see that as like a great success story, and he's very, very charismatic, right? And he's funny as shit.
Absolutely, AEW's own Master P.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. But on the other end of that, like putting him next to Birdman, and everybody that ever loves Cash Money should actually hate Birdman. When you think about it, I don't. Nah.
Yeah. I just feel like Cash Money just has too much. They've got like a lot of the hit records. Then they got other songs they can just play where it's just like, yeah, that's probably a point. And then all right, there's automatic points for No Limit too. And I don't know. I kind of look at this as like the reverse, like, you know, they had. This is like Rockefeller versus Rough Riders, right? Like, but like the other way, right? And I think Cash Money is Rockefeller. And
Cash Money is Rockefeller in this situation.
Yeah,
and
I think Rough Riders is No Limit.
Yeah.
I think there was just a little bit more gloss on the Rockefeller slash.
But at least the thing with Rough Riders is like they got enough rap. They got it like you'd be like, all right, their top 5 rappers are basically as good as like Rockefeller's top 5 rappers. If you go through, if you say like pre Kanye started rapping, right? Mm-hmm. Like okay, fine. But when it comes to the Cash Money thing, it's like they got Wayne and Juvie and BG,
and then Manny Fresh is like. You know,
I'm just saying, as MCs, rappers, or whatever else.
Like, as rappers, but then you got Manny Fresh as the producer, like
right. And I mean, like KLC and Beats by the Pound, like they made some incredible beats or whatever else, right? But it's just like, nah, man, like better all time producer, production team, whatever else you want to include Manny Fresh with Jazzy Faye before the end, versus KLC Beats by the Pound, and then you throw in like, all right, Snoop was only there for like 1 album. and then it's like at a certain point, like it's only, I mean, quite frankly, like you got
years.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying like no. What I'm trying to say is like you got at some point like P, because of his charisma and his ability to be a hit maker, like he actually is like this. He actually is like the best rapper in No Limit, and he can't out rap Juvenile or BG or Wayne. It never did. Like
yeah, it's tough. It's like you could stand Master P up there. Like it would ironically it would end up like
P versus Birdman would actually be like, yeah, P'll beat Birdman. That'll happen.
I think it could end up how the Dipset and Locks thing ended up going, where Cameron was there just holding it down every round, you know, because he was the one that felt that sense of pride and was like, you know, I'm going for it or whatever. And then I think Master P would. Like because you really can't send Silk up there too much.
No,
you sending me an X up there. I don't
maybe
know.
Like 2-3 times.
It ain't gonna be like it's gonna be. You know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be Master P. Then it's gonna be True, which also has Master P in it.
Right, and then 504 like, Boys, it also has P in it,
which also has Master P in it. Yes, it's just gonna be him just carrying like the nigga. It'll be the Tank versus all, like and him driving that motherfucker. Like who wants to get in there with me?
Right.
And then
it's be like, okay, so you just played like you just played. I don't even want to get into this, like, oh, because there's stuff where it's like, all right, bro, they play their 10th best record, and then they play fucking Wayne Shine, and it's like, all right, like Juvenile Star said, Wayne finishes, like, you lose, you're losing that 10th book, period. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just a lot.
Cash Money has a ridiculous slew of hits from 98 through 2003. They just do, even with niggas coming in and out of the promotion, getting out of the record label.
Yeah,
because they can play fucking Juvenile slow motion.
Yeah, well, they would both have that.
Yes.
I think that's how they'll end it. They'll be like, rest in peace, Soulja Slim, and then you know, Juvie will end it with slow motion or whatever. But I don't want to see any of the second wave. I don't think I want to see anything after 2003 for Cash Money, honestly.
Yeah, like, well, you can make an argument. Well, no, because that's 2003 as well. Wasn't 500 Degrees Wayne 2003?
I think it was 2002.
Okay, so yeah, you can basically play like no, I think maybe 04. Maybe 04. Because I think that's when that Juvenile album came out that had Slow Motion. I Needed My Life was on there. So
okay.
I think
Yeah.
That's where you leave it off. 04 is where it ends.
Yep. Man, but then
you can't be playing Carter. I just you could.
That feels like a whole nother time.
I think that is not the era that these two were in contention or whatever else. Like, no, when they're having their Cold War in this city, no, that's some other thing. Like, you don't play, you can't, no. Like the SQ Wayne and beyond, don't be doing that. That's playing underhanded. It's unnecessary.
They kind of got to play that musical song, that doom doom doom.
Oh yeah, Man Right Here. Yeah.
They have to do it.
They got to play Mystical. I Smell Smoke.
They got to play a lot of Mystical.
Yeah,
like, they do.
He's their best rapper.
And it's just like, do you want to do that?
Right.
Like, I'm aware that we're in a society that may not give a fuck. Right.
Oh, if you're going to the Cash Money versus No Limit versus, you don't give a flying fuck. I'm just saying, I'm aware of it. It makes me feel weird. I didn't like when I heard that Mark Ronson album that came out, and he had and he was on there too, because it's like, oh yeah, like the guy that was like one of the rap incarnations of or byproducts of James Brown, like, is rapping over this James Brown sounding ass record or whatever else for Mark Ronson. That was like 2013 when that came out. I felt icky then, right? And keep in mind, like, don't give a fuck about a nigga opinion that says the word icky out loud on a podcast anyway, but you get what I'm saying? Like, it's a bad look.
Yeah. But yeah, whenever it is, it looks like it's October 25th.
Yeah.
This should not be in Las Vegas. I'll repeat it again.
Yeah.
Hopefully the crowd knows what the fuck they're watching or whatever. But, I think this is a really big deal. So, what else we got? WNBA Finals, Game 3. What a game. I did a video today. I tried to upload it last night and it was not working for whatever reason. YouTube was fucking bugging. Had to wait till the morning to upload it. Okay. Man. That was a crazy ass game last night, bro.
It's a very memorable game. I mean, for me personally, because I've watched the last 3 finals, outside of the Aces closing out the Liberty 2 years ago, like, this is the most memorable playoff game that I can think of as far as, like, noteworthy. Like, you had some incredible performances, and then you had, like, the part where it's like, in spite of Sabali going down, they still managed to close the lead down. Still had a chance, and like, it was a very memorable game. Like, very memorable. Like, I mean, it was more memorable than like any playoff game in the NBA last year.
Oh yeah, I got nothing for you. Yeah. I mean, Game 7 would have been like, it looked like it was going to be an all timer. Like,
well, yes, but
until you know,
right?
But
Halliburton tears the Achilles.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it was just like it was just this game of runs.
Game 7 Nuggets and Thunder, like, that wasn't
that was
it was just like, they're just gonna let Alex Caruso just completely hack Jokic with impunity. Okay, game's over then. All right, cool.
Yeah. There was just so much that was happening. It was a game of runs, and it felt like the Aces were in control despite the close score of the entire game. Asia Wilson dropped 34 and 14, sent that family hit the game-winning shot. Together they can bond over that L. That was just incredible to watch. I just saw it and was dying laughing when that shit happened. And I don't know how it ended up that close anyway. Like, Kalia Copper lost her mind and turned into T-Mac, apparently.
It was two things. From my perspective, it was two things. It was, they decided, because at a certain point, like, they were just running, the Aces were running this game where it's like Alyssa Thomas is guarding or setting up to be the person to guard Asia. So, like, they were either running, like, one screen where she would set a screen for Chelsea, and then, like, if it got and then depending on where Alyssa was, if Alyssa started out wherever, she was like trying to end up on Asia. And they would just keep running screens with Asia until Asia would get Alyssa Thomas in a bind. And then, like, whether it was Jackie Young coming off a dribble handoff or whatever else, it was just causing they just could not stop them ever, seemingly. And then eventually they were like, all right, we're going to put Dewana Bonner on Asia and just live with the consequences. And while Asia,
I saw somebody say that was elder abuse.
While she did well when she had opportunities, you just notice like they're just not as efficient offense, not scoring at the rate they used to. And it, like, you just all of a sudden, like, as you mentioned, Copper just kept making shots, and it was like, and then Satu was playing well too until she got out. But it's like, okay, all right, like this lead is dwindling because it was like an 18-point lead at one point.
Yeah,
like 7 minutes left, and they just got dwindled. And even with Sabali going out, like they still tied the game.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like some of this is maybe questioned. It's like I've watched Alyssa Thomas for a few years now. She's a great player, right? But it makes me wonder, what is the real ceiling with her? And I know this is narrative talk, right? It was like, can you actually win with her? Because like, as good as she is, there's limitations with her. Like when you marry yourself to her, you marry the limitations too, because she can't shoot and she's not effective outside of 5 feet. And they were treating her like Rondo at points last night. And it was like, if you have her on the team, she's so talented, you got to give her the ball and let her make decisions. Right. But either fucking Sabali's going to be standing there or Copper's going to be standing there with nothing to do. I felt like Copper was severely underused last night. And anything she really got.
Early on, or in the first half, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I was like, they got like one too many people, it seems like, out there.
I mean, I just think that it presents itself, or how to say this, I don't think it's a fatal flaw. However, I think that it's something that you see more when she's in there in this particular series, and she's dealing with Asia. Mm-hmm. She's Asia's not a good matchup for her. It's never been. So if it was like, I would like to have seen this. Well, actually, I can't even say if I would like to see this, but like, because you know they got. I mean, if it was a healthier Brianna Stewart, I'd have liked to seen how it would have worked out, right? Like, I brought
it up in my video last night. I was like, we got to remember, Phoenix, the teams that they beat were fucking broke. They wasn't Liberty at their best. They was broke up. And then Lynx, Collier goes out halfway through the series.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, you got a point.
Who knows? Should they even be here? Who knows?
I mean, remember, it's only a 3 series. It's only a 3 series tournament.
Yeah,
it's not 4. So,
yeah, you know, big game for Jackie Young too.
Yeah, I mean, except for the very end, because it's the second game in a row. Because it was the first game she panicked, right?
Yeah, it was definitely, she panicked at the end in game 5 of the
yeah, I'm sorry.
Fever series.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's what I'm messing up. Yeah, she's a panicker. Like, I'm not saying it's gonna be the case forever, but she's perfectly fine until you get to the end of the quarter, the end of a half or end of a quarter. It's literally like if it's getting into the winding final possessions, she just is a totally different person.
She just starts dribbling into trouble, and then it's like Becky Hammond just got to call a timeout and ensure that they actually get the ball out of bounds.
It's like because it's almost like they come out the timeout and it's like, okay, the game plan is the game plan. Make sure you don't fuck up, and then like it's almost like she forgets that like if they don't go according to plan, you gotta come up with something else. Like she's trying, like it just time wastes off the clock, and then Becky got to run down the court to go timeout because he finna run the clock.
That shit is still crazy, bro.
Yeah. It's but I mean, look, there's still time for her to get over that. I mean, I would say I say that being funny, like this is her 3rd finals. She's already won 2, but like, it's a girl. She's younger, so it's like, you know, eventually, maybe, you know, give her more at bats. Eventually, someone will come through. You would think. I don't think there's gonna be some. I mean, even given like her situations, like it hasn't became a situation where she got to be the best player on the team, because like if she were the best player on the team, then this would be a glaring thing that we would be talking about for people that do care about the WNBA in that way. Like yo, because this ain't good. This ain't good. Like game 2 is when I made the Kobe and Shaq comparison. It's like, yeah, this seems a lot like, you know, like 2000s Kobe and Shaq, or 2000 Kobe and Shaq, where like Shaq is out here putting up these all-time numbers. Kobe's playing great, but then like you still see she ain't gonna be where she's gonna be. It seems like same thing with Kobe. Like there were times where it's like, it's still a kind of roller coaster at moments. And then 01, it was like, oh, it looked like it's gonna be a wrap for next decade. It didn't end up being the wrap for next decade. They won the next few titles, but like when 01 Kobe came through, it was like, nah, this is something different. This league might be in trouble. Get ready, Bill Russell. You got company. That's what it felt like in 01. I swear. Oh man.
But that, like, if I'm Nike, like, you already got like that Asia Wilson shot ready in a commercial, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, is it already done, right?
Yeah.
Like that was so great. Like, I was like, wow. Like, just because like she had kind of had she didn't really do much in the fourth quarter, and then like you look up and like what Asia Wilson loves is to get fouled and get an and one and scream. Like, that hypes her up. It hypes her team up. And like when she just gets a few of those in a row, like, you are in trouble. Just something happens to them. I don't know what it is or whatever. But yeah, they're up 3-0 now. Like, I don't know. For me, I'm like, why are we even wasting time? We should just be, if you go up 3-0, it's a sweep. I think they should put those rules into effect.
Is that only for the W or is it also for the NBA?
You know, I kind of feel like that across the board. Like, I think that's
in all sports.
Even, actually, no, not baseball. Because
I see.
Baseball is too unpredictable.
No. Because I was like, because my first thing is like, if you say yeah, all sports, all right, give me back 2004, fucker. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
No. Like,
but yeah, okay. But yeah, go back to what you mean as far as like as far as like basketball, the WNBA, in terms of basketball.
So it's like, all right, if you drop them first 2 games or whatever, like, all right, even no matter which way it goes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're the home team and you defend your court like you're supposed to, and then you get game 3, I feel like you should win that shit. Like, that's the end of the series or whatever. Because like at that point, and then if you're a home team and you lose the first 2 and then you lose game 3 on a row, it should really be over. Like they should just call it. Like, and I know they're not in the business of giving money back for these broadcasts and shit, but it just seems like the Mercury caught a bad matchup, and the finals was actually last round, and it's just like, look, DeWanna Bonner don't get to prosper. She had a good game last night.
She did. She had like 20 something, 24.
It was like her best game of the season. She had like 25 and 10, and then on really good shooting splits. I don't know what got into her, but I think it kind of came at the expense of Kalia Copper. So I don't know, man. Like, I guess the points are the points. It doesn't really matter who scores them. But marrying yourself to, no pun intended, Alyssa Thomas with her making every decision, like, it just, like, people said she was triple-double hunting. She scored 11 points in the first half, only ended up with 14. Like, down, she was pretty much nothing in the second half. So, like, they've got a lot, and it's a mercenary kind of team. Like with the Mercury, they're not true. Like a team that's on the ascent.
A lot of that team was the Connecticut Sun last year,
right? So like, it's like, all right. I just look at it and feel like the Aces have been together. Like, they got a couple players that know each other well. I think the primary thing is like Jackie Young has taken over as the main ball handler, and Chelsea Gray is now essentially a shooting guard. But people don't actually want to say that, right? And people don't want to like say that. Oh, she's still the point guard. No, she's doing something else.
She's picking her spots, and she's doing well at it.
Yeah, like I think this would actually like make her effective probably for longer, because she's big, and like a big strategy thing for the Mercury with this was they were putting Alyssa Thomas on Chelsea Gray, and that was like, oh, because Chelsea Gray is normally bullying these smaller guards.
Yeah.
And
like she basically gets you on her hip, and then like she can do whatever she wants to with you. Like the end one she had at the end was like basically, I'm just going to slow down, and like you're not be able to stop me. Like it was like the Luka deceleration game.
Yeah, and it is if the Aces presumably pick it up, like this is a title where it's like you put this one away and be like, yep, we got this one, and then you just put that in your pocket and just walk off.
2022 Warriors.
Yep. Like you add this one up, like, yep, we'll take it. Some shit broke our way.
Yep.
I don't know if we necessarily, this ain't the best version of ourselves, really, but
it's going to look funny. Team would have whooped this team's ass.
I'm about to say it's gonna look funny. It was like I talked about it too in the video. I was like, you know, it'd be like, oh yeah, they lost Kelsey Plum and they won a title anyway. We were like, well, what happened? I'm like, well, Jewel Lloyd decided not to be just like a negligible asset or whatever. She actually just decided to score like 15 to 20 points a game in the finals or whatever, and then be the player they were expecting. And then
after not being there for like the first 2/3 of the season.
Correct. And then from there, it was just Jackie and Asia that were like, all right, we'll fucking score. Like, like that's what happened.
Yeah,
so,
like, bro, it's crazy to me. Is like, what are they like? They're 24-4 in their last 28 games now.
Yeah.
Like, we were talking before going to the finals. I was like, look, man, I think it's a bad match. I think the matchup favors Phoenix. I hope I'm wrong. I'd rather see the Aces win. I'm a huge Asia fan. But, like, I was like, I think that this Phoenix team just presents, I thought offensively they're going to be more consistent. And then, like, Jewel Lloyd started actually contributing, and Chelsea Gray is, like, as a third, playmaker is flourishing. So I was like, I wasn't expecting that. I thought they were gonna have trouble. I thought they were gonna have trouble guarding them, and then they do have trouble guarding when they leave Gustafson in, they leave Megan in. But outside of that, they ain't really playing her that much. They leaving in. They're getting away with like these, or especially with Alyssa Thomas. To lose. They're getting away with these lineups where it's like this shouldn't work. And somehow it's working.
Like Alyssa Thomas lost games on a free throw line. Like it was just there's a lot of like,
and it was game one.
Things that have happened.
Shit hit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a lot of things that was like, yeah, man, they find ways to lose, and they'll fucking pay against like Beckham and not letting that shit slide. Like,
But I mean,
yeah,
it's been fun to watch, even though it's 3-0. It has been this series is not indicative of the final result. Like, this series is a lot closer to a sweep. So like it like if you ask me right now, it'd be like, get what you've seen, like. Do they close it out or just go 7? I'm more likely to be like, this is going to go 7 because eventually it has to even out. It has to even out as close as this series has actually been.
Yeah. You would think. But Sabli's out for game 4 with a concussion. And the way that she fell, it was like, it looked like it was going to be some type of neck injury. But if she's concussed, probably going to write her out.
Yeah. I mean, if they can survive game 4, they might be able to get to 6, but
and they go back to Vegas in game 5. So
what I'm saying is, if they can win one without Sabli, I think they can get a nasty. I think you still have the whole situation of the desperation versus, we're up 3-1. They can kick that game. You see people kick those kind of games at 3-1, and then it gets game 6, and then it's like, okay, they'll get put out at 6. But yeah, man. Unfortunate. And it's still crazy that they kept the game tied. It didn't get out of hand. In the last minute or so, or 2 minutes when she was out.
Yeah, man. So AEW this week, they were back in Daly's place. Always a good sight to see there. And they are there this week for a Collision as well. I heard Kota Ibushi did get injured.
Was broken leg or something?
I didn't hear about that, but he did get some type. He like fell or some shit. I don't know. I hope he didn't break his leg, but so what do we got? Okay, so overall thoughts on this show. This was a 2.5 hour show. Mm-hmm. For me, it kind of felt like it after a while. There are things that are going on this show that I like or whatever. Like if I just isolate them, I'm like, okay, I'm into everything, but I'm not in love with like everything as far as the directions right now. I think the Jon Moxley and Darby Allin thing is escalated to a stunt show at this point, and it's like the Molotov cocktail thing. When I saw that, I was like, what the fuck is this, bro? Like can we just like have some wrestling? Like I know this is obviously like been going on with them. Like Darby's been crashing cars and these niggas been setting each other on fire, and now they're doing the Molotov cocktails and shit. The only way that this will make sense is if it culminates in an exploding barbed wire match. But if it doesn't, I just feel like it's an escalating stunt show. I feel like the Darby Allin, like him being gone for all these months just to come back and do this, is almost a for me, it's just not as fulfilling as what it seemed like. It always seemed like it was this story of Darby Allin trying to surpass Jon Moxley. This is just like, I'm gonna just blow you up and shit, and it's like a gimmick for me at least. And I don't know, like I think the work that Moxley's doing on the mic is great. He's been awesome week to week. Death Riders have overall been a positive since All In.
Yep.
But I feel like it's just not connecting with me on that level right now.
So for me, watching the main event, I talked about this at the beginning about like watching Darby get involved in a match that didn't involve him at all. There was no interference in that match between Pac and Orange Cassidy, where he pulls out handcuffs and handcuffs Pac to the guardrail up in the stadium, up in the stands, whatever else. And then the camera missed it how Pac got out of it, but he broke him, whatever else. Look at him. I imagine he could break him. Why not? So he beats the 10 count.
Chicken and rice.
Right. He beats the 10 count and Flip rolls into the ring, and then he ends up getting caught in a flash pin. Fine. I would have preferred if he caught an orange punch and then flash pin, but whatever. So then Darby shows up, and he has a backpack. And I'm sorry, we're cutting straight to the main event. But pulls out the backpack, or post-match of the main event. Pulls out the backpack, and then maces Pac. And then the rest of Death Rider show up, and then he pulls out a taser, and he lets it off. And then he runs basically 25 feet, no, I take it back, 25 yards up the exit, and he's holding off the rest of Death Riders because he has a Molotov cocktail. And as you mentioned, the escalation of violence, like, it ain't really escalation. He's already seen him set Jon Moxley on fire. What's he going to do, set him on fire again?
I guess it's going to set everyone on fire in the building and blow it all.
So there's that, and I thought to myself, okay, this is how these guys use these guerrilla warfare tactics to survive because there's so many of them in his game or whatever else. But it would be better. It would be better if we were able to outsmart them by that would play in the part with like the handcuffing thing, right? If Pac can't ever get out of that, and he's over time he's able to pick off people, piece by piece, get to Moxley at certain times. But instead, it's he pulls out his school shooter backpack kit, and I was like, because I was gonna set up this whole thing, be like, he's giving off school shooter energy, but like, no. He think of all the shit he had in his bag. Like, what?
We don't know what he might pull out next.
I need the authorities to check his internet history.
Then we get the security guard, the security guard doing a tackle
him to the ground
on the concrete.
Molotov cocktail. And I was like, that's what made it crystallize me. Like, yo, he's a school shooter. Like, that's what he's giving off right now. Like,
yeah, the guy that tackled him, like, that's the actual AEW security. Like, that's not a worker.
Right. But it was like, bro, what other babyface you ever watched and cheered for that had this kind of shit in his backpack to use on people?
Even Sting just had a bat. Even Sting just had a bat.
Right.
No,
and I'm not saying that. Like, I'm not saying that obviously he's doing it. Even honestly, he's clearly outnumbered or whatever else. But it's the idea of a guy saying, you know what? It ain't enough just to beat these people up or incapacitate them. It's like, no. He's going to do actual real harm to these people as a good guy. It was kind of like, obviously don't get me wrong, the Death Riders have no good are not intending good things to happen.
Right.
They have no good intentions for Darby Allin. They don't fight for either. That's why they group like this.
Like, bro, right? I felt like Darby Allin was about to throw that shit.
I'm supposed to root for this person. I'm supposed to root for this person with all these weapons.
So the thing that crystallized for me, I was like, so is Darby Allin just saying he's going to throw it into that crowd where Death Riders are and then fuck the civilians? That's what I was thinking.
Weren't they in the aisleway? Weren't Death Riders in the aisleway?
Yeah.
I think it was like, I'm going to set it off, throw it there, and it's going to just get them. And I was like, I don't know how that works.
That's a bad plan, brother.
I don't know what works like. And also, I was like, there's no chance that they're going to let him throw a actual lit Molotov cocktail. That is too volatile to trust. To even if he does a stuntman tactics, you can't be trusting that to him. Like, even with the fire thing when he put on Moxley, it was like Moxley's in a in the bag, and also like he only sprayed like his bottom part where his bottom half where his pants are covering if there's any type of fuck up. Like we can't. That's too risky. Nah. Like I remember a couple weeks ago when but when Jungle Boy showed up and he has like the case, like he has like the joint that holds a knife in his on the side. I was like, does he actually have a knife in there? Or is this just a fashion? I don't know what's going on here. Why are they allowing this?
I got a knife. I had to cut a bitch. You know,
have to cut the Young Bucks. Damn. What? These are supposed to be our baby faces. Why are our baby faces? Sorry, young baby faces have weapons. And I don't mean weapons like a kendo stick or a chair or a sword or a sledgehammer or whatever. I'm talking about like, no, actual violent weapons. Like these are the things that will be on a police officer's waist. Like, no, I don't want to think about that. It doesn't make me feel good.
I want my baby faces to have their right and left hand and these. You know, that's what I want.
Be like, nah, you got 8 points for striking. You got fists, elbows, knees, and feet. Hell, I'll give you a ninth one. You can use your head to the headbutt a bitch. That's all you get, though. Nothing else. Nothing more. What else can you possibly need?
You know, running hip attack. You know, that 10. You got 10. You got your ass. You know.
No, it's 11. You got 10 sheets.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
God damn it.
Oh, man.
You dump yourself for that. But yeah, man, I was like, it don't work. Like, I get the spectacle of it, but like, as far as the Darby character, it kind of left me at a loss. It's like, I'm not rooting for this. Like, I want to see him get his big win over Mox, whatever else, but like, I don't know what this, he's pulling all this stuff out. Like, what, that means you kind of have to use it for the match.
Right.
I don't want to see John Moxley tase Darby to quit. Or the other way around. And you know, Darby will do it, but like, yeah, tase me, brother. I don't care. Think of the things you've seen him do with his body. You don't think he's been tased before?
I feel like they should have like a scaffold match or something at this point. God. Hangman Page and Samoa Joe opened up the show. And I like their, you know, what they were doing. Joe came out wearing a suit. So it's Hangman talked about the things that he's been through in the 6 years on Dynamite. He said he's won, he's lost, committed arson. He dressed as Stay Puft, the Marshmallow Man. Thought he was proposed to once. But he said he was never as confused as last week when he stood by Joe and Hobbs to back them up against the Death Riders. And after winning the match, he had to deal with a very angry Samoa Joe. But he realized it was about the AEW title because Joe continued to remind him that Hangman never beaten him. He said, I asked for you to have this chance because I owe you, and I owe you this. And then he basically said that he wouldn't be the champ without his help. Nobody could have won and beat the Death Riders, you know, essentially. He said, but the repayment for my gratitude stops there. At Wrestle Dream, you'll have a chance to win this championship. But Joe, I won't let you take this from me. And then Joe basically went and cut a really good promo. He said everything this man has said is absolutely true. The respect went away after that. He said, when I look at you, I don't see the pinnacle of professional wrestling. I see a pretender. Joe basically says, without the backing of the ops, you wouldn't be the man. The prime target's the champion. You were not the champion. He questions Hangman for being a fighting champion. And he said, it's the oldest hustle in the game. You got 10 minutes to get ready, kid. Come fight. I love that. That shit was like,
same.
Yeah. He said, what's standing in front of me is a fraud, and I'm going to check you. You're going to wake up with this gift of truth. You're going to know your place. And giving the world a rightful world champion. Then Heyman basically said, every second that ticks by in this match is in my favor because you cannot outlast me. Basically, he said, nigga, you're old and fat. Like, you ain't gonna, like, this is a battle of endurance here. You need to come out here and get on my level. So I hope you can stand up, shake my hand, look me in the eye, and know I'm the champion of the world. Heyman left, but then Joe was there too. I thought this is a really good basic, challenge, essentially. And, they both had kind of cool things to say, and it was really straightforward. It was, in many ways, the opposite of the Jon Moxley and Darby Allin thing.
I like this a lot. Not in comparison to either or, but I like this a lot. Like, Do you remember the Danielson promo? Or sorry, the Daniel Bryan promo that Daniel Bryan cut on behalf of AJ Styles before going into the match with Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam one of the years?
Survivor Series? You mean?
Yeah, it's a Survivor Series match. Remember, because back-to-back years it was gonna be AJ versus AJ versus Brock, and then the next year they did the heel turn with Daniel Bryan so they could switch the match and get the Daniel Bryan match. So when Bryan, before he was brought back to be able to wrestle, like they had him cut a promo on AJ's behalf on Brock Lesnar, and like the word was, this was the promo that Daniel Bryan always wanted to cut on Brock Lesnar, and it was like you're bigger, you're stronger, or whatever else, but like that comes at a cost. The longer this match goes, you're gonna lose. I'm gonna have gas in my tank. You're not. And then like the match with AJ and also Danielson both years was that story of like that, or Brock is dominant but the match progresses, you start seeing Brock gas out, and then at the very end, and it looks like both of them get their house spots because he's sucking wind, and then at the end, Brock, finishes him. But like that's the base story, is like it's the tactics of warfare. It's like, hey man, what are your advantages? And there's an advantage for a smaller wrestler versus a bigger wrestler, and that's what they've never really done that with Joe, in WWE or in AEW. But like it's a great hour. It's like you also had Hangman say like, you're gonna beat my ass, but I'm gonna get back up and I'm gonna keep fighting. It's like, yes, the story of the match is Joe's gonna dominate, and then he's gonna run out of gas, because that's how a match actually would go between those two. If Joe can't finish him fast and it goes longer, he's not going to be able to go 60 minutes.
Right.
So yeah, like I thought it was very well done, and obviously in this particular scenario, Hangman will survive the onslaught and win at the end, unlike Danielson and AJ did versus Brock Lesnar back in the day. But that's the same genesis of the story, and like I love it. I love it. It gives me confidence that like this match is going to work like from a storytelling perspective like very well, and they're not going to go out there and try to have some 5-star classic match, because they don't need to, because Joe's not in that stage in his career anymore. So yeah. I really enjoyed this. Joe gets look dominant, looks unbeatable. Heyman's going to sell his ass off. He may even bleed for all we know, because he likes to bleed, and he's going to come out victorious. And you'd be like, yep, this dude's having a great championship run, and none of these matches look the same. So yeah, yep. I'm for it.
So Mark Briscoe fired up the conglomeration. It was pretty funny. Then we got to Tomohiro Ishii versus Jon Moxley. Just like, man, I remember the first time these guys wrestled in 2019.
Yeah,
they've had
Ishii.
Yeah, Air Ishii. Who can forget? That was a 5-star match. That's still the best match they've ever had, and everything like that. But man, these were not
close matches. Obviously, it's been 6 years apart in their careers, whatever else. But it was fun to see them still have showed the chemistry that they showed that first time they wrestled.
On the 6-year anniversary of Dynamite, Tomohiro Ishii comes out here. Ishii's had enough matches in AEW now where it's like this man's like a featured outsider, essentially, like a featured guest, a welcome guest. And he never fucking wins, just like he never fucking won New Japan.
Yep.
But he's always over. He always has a good match.
Yep.
He got his shit busted, and the nose bleeding, and it was just like added so much.
Made it better. Yeah,
bro.
Easy 4 stars. And like the thing for me was like, yeah, man, like people talk about Takeshita and the C2, whatever else. Put Ishii in the C2. Well, if you don't, why not? He's not going to be in the G1 anymore. Whatever, fine. Put him in the C2, because what he'll do.
He don't need to be in World Tag League. Let him come over, do the C2, put him in the blue block, and then we'll turn that to the B block. The gold league or the blue league. Yeah. It feels like a blue league man to me, but like that was an awesome one. And Moxley continues to put it on, and I saw Moxley make his entrance to this match, and from the earliest days of Daily's Place, Jon Moxley is probably like one of the best wrestlers in the history of that building. Mm-hmm. I'll never forget when I was at Double or Nothing in 2021, the entrance with him and Eddie Kingston was just one of the most out-of-body experiences I've ever been in, where everybody was singing a Wild Thing. It felt like a religious experience. Like, they gave him this unique entrance in the building again last night, where it was just like, it just looked like cool. Yeah. And it was like, kind of fit the current vibe of what they're going for with him.
Yeah.
So
one
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to mention also is like, hey man, like he's been doing this of late. He's brought back that Regal knee. He fully back, man. I know he's a heel now, but like we ain't got to worry about like is this John Massey match gonna how is the John Massey match gonna go? It's gonna go good. I think I'm at this point now where it's like John Moxley is going to go out there and have a quality match every single time, as opposed to what we were dealing with like from the first few months of this year and parts of last year. We were like, what? I don't know, bro. Like it's almost like he's been like, just forget all that happened.
Right. I don't know what got into him, but thank God.
Yes. Glad he's back.
Young Bucks need a money match. They've gone broke again, and then they basically they ended up getting a $500,000 match set up against Jurassic Express. They were banging on Tony Khan's door.
Can we talk about how Nick Jackson was banging on that door? Like, begging. I know he said, I want a money match. Yes, he was begging. I know he wants a money match, but it's like, do you want a money match? You want the hit of that hot rock out that glass? Boy, he was banging on that door like, please, Tony Khan, please, Mr. Tony Khan, please.
Hold it up. It's calling me, man. It's calling me.
If this was rated R instead of TV-14 would have said something else, Tony Khan. But I'm gonna leave it in. Boy, he was fiending for it. He was fiending for it.
Look, was he out there saying he has these cheeseburgers?
Oh shit!
He has these cheeseburgers, James. Man, I don't want no cheeseburger.
Holy shit!
You know where it goes from there. AEW Women's World Champion Chris Statlander and Tony Storm by the numbers did a nice video package with Renee basically doing the voiceover on it. And then they basically were doing they showed a clip of on Collision, Statlander and Storm got jumped by Triangle Madness. And Saturday they set up a trios match that's coming this week.
Triangle Madness versus Tony Storm and Chris Statlander and Harley Cameron.
Yep.
She had one to take the pin.
Free fight. Hurt Syndicate versus The Demand. This was all over the place. I thought there were some cool moments in this match, but then there was some moments where it was just like, I don't know what they doing, and they calling a lot of this on the fly right now, trying to hold this shit together, and then the finish just cracked me up. Bobby Lashley wore that white and didn't like bleed in this thing. These niggas came to fight in a street fight with dress clothes on. Like this like Roy Jones, James, like when he would show up to the boxing match and he's wearing church clothes and shit. Yeah.
I would say no because Roy Jones would take off the shirt clothes and proceed to knock someone out in a way I'd never seen before. So it's not the same thing. Man, Roy Jones was a goddamn superhero. So nah, man, it's not quite. Look, Bobby Lashley's built like one. So is Shelton, but nah, not quite the same thing. Nah.
So all three of these niggas hit their finishes on Ricochet at the end and pin Ricochet.
Yep. The person that stands the most to get over in this whole program got pinned. Great. Thank you. The guy that actually wrestle in the main event against the main event acts in this company is one that took the pin in here. Great. Thanks. So glad this happened.
I was like, what has Ricochet gotten out of any of this? At this point, all he's gotten is to beat the manager.
TV time.
Like, there's nothing for him.
I'm gonna give you the example. I'm gonna give you the best. The silver lining is like the nonsense you tell WWE fans when a super talent will go out there and get their time wasted. You'd be like, well, they getting TV time. They on TV. They ain't winning. They getting embarrassed, but they on TV nonetheless. Like that's gonna rub off on Baron Corbin, him getting his or Rusev getting embarrassed by The Rock, right? Oh, both fired. Okay. Oh.
Ricochet did a perk angle flip off the stage.
Yes, he did.
At one point in this match. But yeah, this felt like it should have been an ECW. Like
I think they did not. I think they did not coordinate with the camera crew on what was happening next, and they just proceeded to miss stuff left and right.
Yeah.
They worked hard or whatever else. It was a quality match, but it's just like, unless Ricochet is getting the blow off win out of this, I don't see what the point of this was at all. Like, and I don't mean it in a bad way because, like I said, this was a quality match. So I take that back. We got a quality match out of this, which doesn't happen that often with Hurt Syndicate. So from that perspective, that's a win. But I'm just saying, like, hey man, if the whole idea is to put people over, we want to do business and help the next generation, blah 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 blah. It's like, well, this ain't helping Ricochet. It's not. Yeah. Ricochet should be one of the next title contenders on pay-per-view for out of page. Like this should be a guy set up for Rolls In or something like that, and that don't seem like that's happening.
Seems like he's far away from that. So there was a huge Don Callis family promo, tons of these niggas on screen at once. He basically talked about Takeshi and Okada working together, putting over Bandito and putting over Hechicero. Mm-hmm. Talk about Kyle and Kyle 2. Basically said Kyle O'Reilly is such a mark. He named himself after Kyle Fletcher. I love that.
He's way older.
Yeah. Then we got Jurassic.
Is he 11? He's like some 9 to 11 years older than him. It's fucking hilarious. Just great.
Then we got Jurassic Express in a squash. Yep. Against someone named Orion and KM. And I love how KM gets a match only when somebody in there that's tall. So they bring KM out, who's Kevin Matthews. He works backstage.
Oh, yeah? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's who the tall guy in the match was.
Okay.
So
they did the alley-oop powerbomb shit. That was always cool finish. Yep. Also, the Young Bucks were up on the ramp. And they couldn't get... and Tony Khan put them up there. Cheap seats, but they also couldn't even get, like, connecting seats, so they were like 2 seats apart from each other between 2 kids. That was great. The Young Bucks keep finding ways to make this broke shit work every week.
Jack Perry was looking like he's ready to wrestle a little bit vertical again, which is a very encouraging sign.
Yeah.
And after that, the Young Bucks came out there and laid him out right after the match. I kind of questioned that. At laying Jurassic Express out, but people reminded me that Jurassic Express had whooped their ass a couple times, so I guess it works in that sense. But they hit the BTE trigger on him, and they gave him double super kicks. Nick Jackson grabbed the mic. He's like, "Hey Jack, in the pro wrestling business, we call this a callback." And then he hit Jack Perry in the stomach with the mic.
Yes, and somehow, because he's a professional wrestler, he sold getting hit in the gut with the mic 1,000 times better than Tony Khan ever did.
Then they basically did the Meltzer driver on Jack Perry.
Yep.
And run it back at the pay-per-view. Jurassic Express and the Young Bucks for 500. They put a tweet on this on the saying in the comments. They put a tweet on screen of someone saying the Bucks stole their seats. That's funny.
That's funny. I missed that one, but yeah, it's funny.
Death Riders cut a promo together. Daniel Garcia, I still don't believe a word he says. It's just like he's playing pro wrestler. It sounds like.
So there was a point where Garcia cut off Yuta, and Yuta did not like his face was like, "I don't like that you just cut me off before I finish my point." I was like, "Okay, that's something." We'll see where it goes, but there's something.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pac just... Bro, you see Pac and you see Moxley and you see Claudio together and you're like, bro, like...
What kind of workouts y'all niggas doing, man?
Also, because Moxley, like, he's more ripped than he's ever been in his life while being hairier than he's ever been to is weird. But yeah, man, them three niggas, like, bro, you don't want no parts of them. They out there rolling in the ring. You got Claudio out. You got Moxie out here rolling out here grappling and shit. You got Pat that looks like a goddamn superhero, and then you got Claudio out here who can rip a phone book in half. Like, nah, man, you don't know parts.
Lift your ass and throw you.
Yeah,
like
the only part that makes it vulnerable is they got 2 skinny, quote unquote, skinny wimps out there with them. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, even the woman will fuck you up.
Oh yeah. That woman had thumbtacks in her feet.
Yeah.
And then days later, she's just walking around like nothing happened on her shoes. I'm like, yo, that's... Nah, man, I'm calling off work.
Yeah.
Some shit like that happen to me, I'm calling.
Look, I get one thumbtack in the feet.
Yeah, done.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Not in the feet. Kyle versus Kyle. We got that one. Nice match here with these guys.
So they got to get Kyle O'Reilly over.
Do they?
But what I mean by that is like they got to give him some emotional attachment to where they can actually justify him being in a singles match on Dynamite, because he's out there, he's wrestling his ass off. Him and Kyle are both wrestling their ass off. They're telling the story of, in this particular match, Kyle Fletcher is the bigger, stronger, more explosive wrestler, and Kyle is clearly the better technician. And for everything that, and even while Fletcher is coming up with nifty ways to get out of the stuff, Kyle Fletcher is a fucking wizard in with the grab, so he can't. He's countering the counters, and he's getting out of one trap, and all of a sudden he's like, oh, I'm in another fucking mouse trap, and then like every time that Kyle Fletcher gets out of it or gets out of stuff, it's like he has to use brute strength or whatever else, or crazy athleticism to overcome it. And like the match is so well paced and so well thought out. And I'm watching this match, I'm like, the crowd is doing the Kyle's chant shit, and like they don't care about like the part where like this is like a 4-star match, but the crowd is treating it like it's a 2-star match to watch. I'm like, yo, I can't.
It was funny. They kind of set it up.
So clearly, this is an issue where it's like, all right, they gotta get people a emotional connection to Kyle outside of he's just a part. He's a conglomeration, so you should care about it because it's conglomeration. And he's with the guy that yells people's first names out loud, so you're supposed to care. Like he's still a fucking great wrestler, and like the crowd just doesn't connect to him. They gotta find a way to connect to him outside of he's very good. Like that works for me. That don't work for everybody else. So if you're gonna justify him being on TV time, give him TV time, or at least on Dynamite, then you got to get people to care about him.
Yeah,
and the match was great. Like Fletcher finished him off, and and I thought Fletcher was awesome in this match, selling for all the traps he got himself in and out of, and his escapes out of the stuff with power. He looked like an explosive, dynamic athlete. I loved this match, but the crowd didn't give a shit.
Yeah, earlier in the show, they kind of set it up to make people not do the chants. They were like talking about, we don't want to hear this ain't gonna be about no Kyle versus Kyle chants, and
Rich,
like, man,
Rich, would you have done that?
Like basically like do the pre kind of setup.
Would you have said the thing to bring it to attention, knowing how the crowd act? Do you think they're going to actually respect you when they don't care, when they may or may not care about you in particular, or do you just basically tell them do the thing that you say you don't want them to do by saying I hate people named Kyle when your name is Kyle? You knew they were going to do this is Kyle, all the Kyle shit once that happened.
Yeah, I don't know. Me, I would have just tried to go out there and get over, but whatever the fuck they wanted to do, they could do it. But
I get what you're saying. I just think that it didn't. Them acknowledging it didn't help it. Like it turns out like when the crowd started doing it,
it's almost like you want them to do it.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. Once you acknowledge it, it's like now you're telling them to actually do it. Like for example, like it was different when they did the Adam Cole versus Adam Page match at was it Revolution 2022?
Mm-hmm.
Like that happened when the crowd decided, oh yeah, they're both named Adam, and then they start doing it while they're having a match. It's another thing when like no one, Adam Page and Adam Cole and be like, I hate niggas named Kyle or hate niggas named Adam. Like you're literally doing the inception for them. Let them come up, let them think about when it comes to realization. Oh yeah, they're both named Kyle. Let's be assholes in their match, as opposed to yeah, we're gonna actually tell you the thing that we want you to acknowledge it, and then like because you respect us so much, you're not gonna do it. Have you ever met people? People are assholes. They're gonna do it.
Niggas be assholes. So they got Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe set up for Wrestle Dream number 5. Every match that they've ever had has been fucking great, and I think Mark Briscoe is going to win this one. And Kyle Fletcher's already grown so much with the TNT belt. You can keep it on him and basically keep him in his own kind of universe with that belt, going crazy still. Or you could switch it to Briscoe and be like, yeah, you finally got over on Kyle. But I think I'm going to stick with Kyle. I think Kyle's doing such good work. No need to. Briscoe kind of needs something too. That's the only thing. But What could happen is basically when Briscoe loses, he's going to fight MJF anyway. He doesn't need to be a champ. So yeah, I'm going to take Kyle Fletcher.
So for me, if the title changes, it means like, okay, they got to fast track Kyle, which makes me think, okay, Kenny Omega, Swerve, and Ospreay are going to be out longer than I expect because they're basically going to move him into the main event scene faster than where he's at right now. If that were the case, and he's talented enough to be in that right now, but he has his title. He's having a great reign with it. Like, I don't feel like there's a need to change the title, but that's what that signals to me if they do change the title.
TBS Open Challenge. We have Mercedes Moné versus Lacey Lane, the former Caden Carter from WWE.
Yep.
I thought Mercedes was doing some charity here. This was just okay. When I saw her on the screen, I was like, oh, her. Like when she came out, she had worked a match in Ring of Honor, I think last week. And that was kind of like the tip off, apparently. They kept this secret for a week. This is a rather underwhelming reveal if it was supposed to be some open challenge for Mercedes. But I am thankful it was not the Bailey kid or it was not half a dozen
the
other
Bailey kid, Izzy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, or half a dozen other people. Like Lacey Lane, just a serviceable wrestler who has been around for a long time.
I don't know about a long time, but maybe because
count it up.
Maybe because of Largo Loop.
Bro, count it up.
6 years.
Oh.
A 6-year career is a long time. No, was she in the second Mae Young Classic?
She was in the Mae Young Classic in July 2018.
Yeah, she was in it's the second one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8 years. 7, 8 years. Like I thought it was a fine match. It wasn't bad. I'd probably give it like 2.5. But like, do you sign her? I don't know. I wouldn't. Like, there's so many really good, or not, there's so many people you already have in the roster, and you already got cramped when it comes to like amount of TV time people get. Like, Red Velvet's, where's Red Velvet? Ring of Honor.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's already a lot of people. If you want to sign her, I'm not gonna be like, don't sign her. Like, she had a good enough match to put her. You can put her in a tag team or do her in her future, and maybe she has more to offer away from being in WWE, right? She's athletic. I just but one way or the other, I do whatever.
I guess the setup was just very underwhelming. Where it was like
underwhelming when you said the tease like someone from Florida. It's like, so who is it? Like, if you just let that alone and brought it out, I'd be like, oh, okay. It set an expectation that was unnecessary.
Oh, well, from Florida, like, bro, like that could mean anything, bro.
Right.
Like,
right.
Yeah, she was born in Winter Park, Florida. That's amazing. That's like right where the Performance Center is. She literally is.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it could have been Diamante. That would have been funny.
I would say this, like, since the last time I saw her
shooting at the screen. Hold on, Diamante. Look, you know what we got to do when we bring up Diamante. We have to shoot at the screen.
I don't have a bandana or a mask, so I can't. But yeah, man, like, I will say this is the last time I saw her. It looks like she's gotten back into like her prior shape or whatever else. So that's good. That's cool that she wanted to rededicate herself or what to change whatever was going on.
Yep. But yeah, Mercedes is headed towards 500 days of the TBS champion. So Jade Cargill has been erased from the record books.
How many days did Jade have for?
480 something, 490 something like that.
So do you want to compare title reigns?
Brother, I would love to, actually.
Oh, shit. I was being sarcastic because you already know how that gonna go. You want to go into detail. You a cruel motherfucker, boy. Oh, man. All right. So remember the earlier this year when they were doing the playoffs, they had like the Jalen Green Wingstop commercial. It was like, how many niggas passed on this because they didn't want to be the nigga that was biting into a crunchy ass piece of chicken, right? Bro, they got Richard Sherman, because I'm watching Thursday Night Football. They got Richard Sherman, and he has a Wingstop commercial. They show Richard Sherman where he's like, I guess somewhere, and like they basically did this shot where like the camera's at the bottom, like, imagine like they cut a hole at the bottom of the bag and like you're peering from the perspective of like you're at the bottom of the bag peering up. They showed this nigga Rich Sherman coming over the top of the bag like this, like with his tongues out, like finger smacking good, ready to fiend on this chicken. I'm like, God damn it, man! You in the Stanford, you know better than this. You're supposed to know better than this.
Don't do this.
Damn it! You know what this look like. Damn it! I know I don't want to be, I don't want to delve too far into respectability politics, but what does that look like?
What does it look like?
That's funny. Damn it, man. Damn it. All right, back to that day.
There's a buddy of mine in the wrestling business who now you think who was like, man, I feel some type of way anytime I see a chicken commercial with black people in it. I was screaming, or whenever I see somebody eat some chicken or some shit. It's
fine, but when you extra, then it turns into that. You can't be extra. You just can't. It's too it's enough to just be in the commercial, smile, or whatever else. Eat dinner with your family, or whatever else. But once it turned into, finger looking good, and you like Michael Irvin, like, nah, man, relax, take it fucking easy. Yes,
we're on 4th Street.
Yeah, just take it down.
All right, so I got this here Jade Cargill title reign. Let's go through it.
Oh boy.
So Jade Cargill wins the championship in a tournament final by beating Ruby Soho. Then goes on to defeat Anna Jay, Julia Hart, AQA, The Bunny, Tay Conti, Marina Shafir, Anna Jay again, Willow Nightingale in 5 minutes, Layla Gray, Madison Rain, Athena, Diamante, Willow Nightingale again, Marina Shafir again, Nyla Rose, Kiera Hogan, Sky Blue, Red Velvet, Vert Vixen, Nicole Matthews, Billy Starks, Taya Valkyrie, Genesis, Danny B, Taya Valkyrie, and then finally drops to Chris Statlander.
There was either a Willow or Marina Shafir match with her that was actually good.
As compared to Mercedes Moné defeated Willow Nightingale in a great match for the belt.
Look, I know you want to do you want to do the bit, or can I just cut you off and be like, we ain't got to do the bit? Which one?
I mean, I did halfway through already.
All right, fine. No, but it's the stunt part of running through the Mercedes. Go ahead. I'm out the way. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Get your shit off. Sorry.
Mercedes Moné defeated Willow Nightingale in a great match to win the championship. Defeated Sky Blue. Defeated Zeuxis. Beat Stephanie Vicaire, who is now the champion of the other promotion. Defeated Nyla Rose. Defeated Hikaru Shida, defeated Dr. Britt Baker, defeated Hikaru Shida once again, defeated Emi Sakura, defeated Queen Emanata, Chris Statlander, Anna Jay, Chris Statlander again, Yuka Sakazaki, Harley Cameron, Momo Watanabe, Billy Sparks, Reina Assis, Mina Shirakawa, Alex Windsor, Bozilla, and Persephone, Alex Windsor again, Riho, Lacey Lane. Oh, got Stephanie Vicaire signed. That is the editor's note. Yes.
Wait. The Athena match wasn't a title match?
No, it was a tournament match.
Okay. Oh, it's on. That's right. Okay.
So, 27 matches on that for Jade and 23 for Mercedes, but some of the Jade matches were really short, and you got that one that was like a cash in. So, yeah. What? Yeah, I think the Mercedes. I prefer the Mercedes one.
Look, man, if Jade had just one match like that was like the Mercedes Mina match, just one match like that, she would have had enough money to retire by now. If she had just one match that good.
Hey, I mean, all those matches that I named for Jade, she perhaps has more memorable ones in there. And stuff that kind of probably holds up than she has since she's been in WWE.
I wouldn't know. Can't speak on it.
Eddie Kingston will be fighting the Beast Mortos on Collision Homecoming.
Okay, so
this is Eddie Kingston reserve. Has this been a disaster,
bro? I was gonna ask you, like, bro, what do you think of this? Because like they just brought him back with like little to no fanfare. He's not attached to anything that I care about, and this was like one of the most important characters in the company before the injury. And
it's not what I would have done.
And I just sent off the Saturdays, basically.
Like, you come back in a horrible match, they ship you Saturday, they stick you with Hook. This is not, like, it don't look good. Like you now Hook's uncle.
Is he in a different stage of his career and we're just not aware of it yet? Like, was his injury so bad that it's like he just can't even do the stuff he was doing before, which is already, like, by the standards of athleticism compared to what most top acts in AEW, he was already on the limited side, but he was able to get over with the strength of character, the promo, and also like his ability to sell. Like, now it's like maybe he's just too far gone, and we just haven't realized it or learned that yet. But they know backstage.
That is definitely a possibility. Definitely a possibility.
Because I ain't liking this. Because, like, this dude was a Triple Crown champion and having awesome matches left and right. Like, this dude should be like, what? Like, why the fuck? Like, when am I getting my Moxley and Eddie Kingston match when Moxley's the bad guy and Eddie Kingston's the good guy? When am I getting that?
I think we got to wait for him and Darby Allin to figure out who dies first, and then, like, you know.
But if that's the case, we got to wait that long. Why even bring Kingston to TV to cool off before you even get to that? He's doing, like, so for somebody of Eddie Kingston's status, right? If they were to be like, okay, you're on your way back, right? What's the plan?
Like I should.
And they tell
I
you
feel like I should be doing the Eminem record label skit for this. It would be better if you gave us nothing.
But I'm saying,
as a matter of fact, this is less than nothing.
Tony Khan hits your line and says, "We gonna bring you back. You find Cass at the pay-per-view. You putting you with Hook. You're gonna be on these doing basically nothing." And you're not gonna get you're not gonna get any mic time from a live audience. You're Eddie Kingston. Why did Eddie Kingston say, like, nah, bro, call me back when you got something? Click. Because the reason why I say click is, Eddie Kingston live would have a flip phone. He not pressing. He's clicking.
Or be calling from a payphone.
I don't know if they even got a payphone. You going too far.
They'll find one. It's somewhere in New York. There's still one left. It is near Eddie Kingston.
So I just don't. Nah, man. He's been too important to the company over the last few years for him just to come back and do this shit. Nah,
yes,
man.
Eddie Kingston loading up that bitch with quarters.
They should have brought him back when they was ready to go. They bringing him back to cool his ass off, and then if they ever get to it, if they ever do get to it, and if they do, be like, why the fuck did you bring him back to not do nothing? It would have been more hype if, like, he came out and made a save for Darby or something, or got involved in the aftermath of this shit. What are we doing? Back on TV doing nothing. He may as well be in conglomeration.
Look, he wouldn't be the first one to have a sorry return to this company. I'll just say that,
bro. If you want to do the Eddie Kingston to Kenny Omega, bro. If Eddie Kingston was getting what Kenny Omega got on his multiple comebacks or whatever else, I'd be fine with it. It'd be like, that's not appropriate. They bringing this nigga back to he's wrestling. He was wrestling last week or whatever else, and it's on. I don't know. What is this, bro? Where's MJ? Look, MJF off TV. You could have did Eddie Kingston and MJF. You could have did that.
That would be a feud they should do one day.
That's a classic. It's
right there.
Flair and Dusty Rhodes. Common Man versus Rich Prick. It's very simple. Wrestling's very simple. There. They're making it harder than it need to be.
It's right there.
You can put Eddie Kingston in the ring in a million different dynamics versus a bunch of different heels. You didn't mean to tell me you could have Eddie Kingston against a setup against Kyle Fletcher? You mean to tell me you couldn't do that?
Anybody in the Don Callis family?
Especially Fletcher, though. This pretty boy wearing pink. This pretty motherfucker wearing pink.
You don't like that?
This possible queer wrestler in pink. You couldn't put Eddie Kingston up against him for that? I don't mean queer in a pejorative sense. I mean, he might be LGBT.
like the way he be talking about being husbands and shit with Takesha, like online. He be like, man, I saw something about you as a husband, like you put down to Eddie Kingston, but you have Eddie Kingston basically be out here asking questions.
I don't want him saying I didn't like him because of that. I'm saying like the optics of that guy looks how he looks, that guy looks how he looks. I want to see those two fight. That looks interesting.
And
then come whatever story
body
you want to, as long as you ain't being, bigoted. But
yeah, like he got the body, like this perfect motherfucker. And then like I want to see Eddie Kingston and Don Callis on opposite sides again. That'd be funny.
Yes.
Rich trying to see Eddie Kingston get canceled on Blue Sky. You stupid.
I didn't say that. I didn't say it that way.
But yeah, like I don't know, man. It seems like there's a missed opportunity there.
This man out here got to try to save Hook. Like, man, get out of here. It's not gonna happen.
Hook's uncle.
And they're doing the lame Eddie Kingston versus Guevara thing with LFI stuff that's going on right now. It's like, bro, nobody cares about that no more.
Don't care.
Get off the internet.
Like,
get off the internet.
Have Eddie Kingston fight Samoa Joe after he's done with like Hangman.
Oh my god, that'd be fucking awesome. You see what I'm saying? There's so many better ideas that was available, and they chose this. Well, Eddie Kingston of all people, the heart and soul of the promotion. Are you trying to tell me that they were like, we moved on and Mark Briscoe just took in this trap? I don't believe that. I just don't.
I mean, that injury, I don't know, man. A lot's changed. Like, and I don't know, man. There was people I was talking with that wondered where Eddie Kingston would fit when he came back, and I just kind of was like, he's Eddie Kingston. He'll figure it out. He's fine. And then I'm seeing where he's slotted now, and I'm like, whoa, maybe I should have been asking those questions, right, taking those questions a little bit more seriously.
I didn't think they were going to bring Eddie Kingston and slot him as a prelimmer. I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to go back in time and get back those wins from Chris Jericho and Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson if this is where we're at now. What's the point?
Yeah. That's tough. That is tough.
Like we were talking about this earlier, right? Or I was talking about this earlier. Like, the match is really good, but the crowd clearly is not into it because they don't care about the character. We were just talking about this Fletcher versus Kingston. Kyle versus Kyle, you could have did Fletcher versus Kingston. And then had him get cheated, and then you could have ran Kingston running up the mountain against a whole big section of Don Callis family people to get back to Fletcher for a pay-per-view at some point. You could have did that. Very simple. You could have did tag matches and brought Hook along the way. If you're so insistent on him having to carry this anchor. Having to drag that cross across the desert.
Yeah, man. I hope they figure it out with Eddie. So, Double Jeopardy match. Kazuchika Okada and Konosuke Takesha, that dream team against Brody King and Bandito. And Kazuchika Okada and Konosuke Takesha ended up getting the win through a little bit of miscommunication towards the end. This is just a big dick measuring contest, like between Takesha and Okada, from like the way they stand next to each other. They both got their black entrance jackets on. It's just like, nah, nigga, I'm fly. No, nigga, I'm fly. It's like
Takesha comes out. Takesha came out, and Justin Roberts does his ring announce for his name, and then like the coin drops before he can even finish, and he's like, nah, fuck that shit.
Yeah,
yeah. And then, in the matches, there's the two storylines. There's the ongoing tension between Okada and Takeshita, and there's also Bandito selling expertly throughout this whole match his shoulder injury that he suffered at the hands of Hechicero. Yeah, bro, I really like this match from story. Like, it was not meant to be. They're saving the real match for pay-per-view. Like, it was easy out to get them the Double Jeopardy thing to get the title shot. And like you see the whole thing of like, all right, he set up for that big knee, and then he ended up hitting Okada on accident. And then when it's time for Takeshi to get the win, like Okada tagged that nigga out, and then hit the Rainmaker and got out of there. And then Takeshi was like wanted to push him, and Okada even acknowledged me to walk to the back. He's like, now, Whatever, man. Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care about you or whatever else. I'm better. I'm the Rainmaker. You're not. Like it's very simple. I really enjoyed this from the part of furthering where we go get to on pay-per-view. I really did.
Really good match too. Bandito and Brody King kind of have matching gear now. I think it's cute.
Yes. About matching gear, you mean they dress like they're in Dark Order colors. They've been doing this last pay-per-view.
I was kind of wondering why Bandito took the pin here. Maybe because Brody's big, but
the shoulder's the out.
Yeah,
that's the excuse.
Bandito was backstage after this, acting like he was about to cry.
Yep.
Damn, he felt so bad, like that he lost and shit. And they're gonna do this on pay-per-view again, and then I imagine they'll get their win back, and Takeshita and Okada explode.
Yep.
Can we just get them niggas yelling at each other? Like I don't need
no
to
translations, no subtitles, just screaming.
Fuck it, put the symbols up there. That you know,
the kanji. Goddamn.
Put the symbols up there and let us figure it out.
See, the thing about this is because I know you is like when you say the symbols, all I'm thinking of is like the artist from them is Prince 1,000,000 times across. Like that's just, I don't think actual kanji.
So that was pretty much it. I mean, there's a Will Nightingale jet speed in the FTR Megan Bayne kind of promo that was pretty funny. You know, on both ends, and Megan Bayne just being comically taller than FTR and Stoke.
It's also that plus the hairdresser makes her even more like that's her version of like the Charlotte and Hill situation, where it's like, okay, you just trying to stunt. I see what you're doing. Also, that is an outfit. That's all I had to say. But I
love the Megan Bayne. Love the Megan Bayne.
I see, but she's still out here. She's still out here, not her actual skin tone.
That is true. But yeah, I have no more on Dynamite this week. They'll be back next week. They have a 3-hour show next week, James.
Eddie Kingston on it?
Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see. I like the show. This is a very consistent show to me. My only issue with it really is I talked through all this. Like I like basically you go segment by segment, you do the Simon Miller thumbs up thing. I'm basically thumbs upping everything. There's
something missing.
The show. It's a good show that I'm not compelled. There's nothing compelling to watch if you're not someone that's going to watch it regularly every single week. There's nothing for a new fan that watches and can be like, yeah, I definitely want to come back next week.
Yeah,
not that matters, but I'm saying like there's nothing like super compelling right now at this moment. Outside of maybe if you might have a hook for, well, I don't know. Maybe I don't know if people are clamoring for Joe versus Paige in that way, but I find it compelling. As far as like the way that they taught themselves out of the hole of how silly that was before last week.
Yeah, taking Will Ospreay and Swerve and parts of Kenny Omega out of this company for a lot of cycles in a row, I think is starting to add up for me at least. It's just like, remember when Will Ospreay was just like show up and be like, damn, we know Will's on the show next week, and then he ain't gonna be around for a while, bro.
It just lacks a there's no like grudge matches, there's no grudge or feud or rivalry that right now that's like pushing the company forward right now.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah, so, it's just like, okay, they're having wrestling matches. It's like they're having all the scheduled wrestling matches, and we know the pay-per-view events that are there, and they're filling them, but like there's nothing that's like, oh, this person is doing this thing that is like, it's just the stunt show.
I think they wanted. I think they really wanted
Darby.
I think they wanted to be Moxley and Darby, but it just the school shooter shit doesn't. It don't hit me in that way. Maybe it does for other people. Because like that's what they're going for with the weapons. That's absolutely what they're going for. But for me, it's like it don't. I've already seen you set them on fire. You can set them on fire again. Okay, with using a different method, still set them on fire. I don't give a shit. But that's me. That's me being a casket
match already and shit like that. It's like,
and that was a great match. And this is going to be a bigger match and it's going to be a blow off thing. But like, they got a week. You're not gonna do something crazy, and there's gonna be a bunch of crazy shit happens in this go home show because that's what they do on paper. The go home shows, bunch of fights, brawls, all that kind of stuff, pulls apart. So, like, yeah, I know it's gonna be a quality show, but like, there is no thing that's driving force for me to watch week to week right now, and that can change. And that's the reason why that might be the reason why I'm kind of pressing on the what the fuck we doing, Eddie Kingston. Is he one of those guys that can talk you into something like that to care from week to week? You know,
I'll bring back my dog Chris Jericho. He'll figure something out. You know.
Yeah, Joe and Kingston. Why not do that again? That made people so happy last time.
Run it back. You know. Shout out to Sarah. You know, me and Sarah, the last two Jerichoholics. But yeah. So I have nothing else.
Yeah, same. Thanks for listening to the show, y'all. Be sure to rate us on whatever app you're using to listen to this with. You can also donate by going to our show notes when the podcast is up and going to the Red Circle link. You can click on that and give us money.
Yeah, buy a shirt or something.
Yeah, also you can go to Chop Tees store, our Chop Tees. Chop Tees, because almost when I say it fast, it sounds like I'm saying chop cheese, and I'm in New York, so I ain't got nah. But yeah, go to our Chop Tees store, and you can pick us up from there. Oh shit. And be sure to listen to the other shows on Network besides Lynch Radio. You have Keepin' It Strong Style, all things. I'm doing read for the rest of the show. What are you doing?
I was gonna do 5 after every show.
I gotta start over again. All things elite. Keepin' It Strong Style. Imp's Adventures. Wrestling Ira Chris Things. The Trish and Sarah Wrestling Podcast. And Tunnel Talk. Thanks for listening, y'all. Later.